We're trying to replicate the lighting on our first GARO video I did a few years ago, so hopefully you guys can see me. But anyway, let's get to the video. The Light of Hope in the Dark, GARO Makai Senki. Hello and welcome to Earth Alien ProtoMet. You may have noticed that today's video is out later than usual, and there's a good reason for that. Last week on the Son of Kaiju Review podcast, we talked about GARO Red Requiem. Today's topic, GARO Makai Senki, aired after that movie came out. After a 6-year gap, is GARO's return to television worth the wait? Let's find out. As the Makai society continues its endless battle against the human-eating monsters known as horrors, a sinister conspiracy targets the lives of the Makai Knights, branding them with a curse that threatens to kill them. As this mystery unfolds, Koga Saejima, the strongest of the Makai Knights, seeks out the identity of the mysterious masked man while battling the hordes of darkness as the Golden Knight GARO. On the surface, Makai Senki is more of the GARO greatness that the first season delivered, but with a shinier coat of varnish. And while that's not wrong, there's a bit more to it. Of course, Koga still battles to protect humans from the horrors, but Makai Senki also explores other aspects of the Makai society. From a bit of the history of the Makai priests and their role prior to the creation of the Makai Knights, to the unseen side of the world that most humans are never even aware of. Makai Senki explores more of the world introduced in the original GARO. But another difference is present as well, and that is the friends Koga has made since the original series began. In addition to his ever-loyal butler Gonza, also returning as Kaoru, who is no longer the endangered damsel she was in the first season, but is now in a relationship with Koga, and he tries to keep the curse a secret from her while investigating it to keep her from worrying. There's also Rei, Koga's former rival/enemy, the Silver Knight Zero, now his closest ally, and he even gets a few episodes dedicated to him alone that prelude his own shows later in the franchise. The Makai priestess Jabi, who was killed in the original series, also returns, having been resurrected in a television special that aired after the first GARO ended. This special also introduced Tsubasa, a Makai Knight from another territory who also returns in this series. And finally is Rekka, a Makai priestess introduced in Red Requiem, who is on par with Jabi, and the two make for quite a strong duo, even later getting a movie focusing on them. In addition to the returning characters, we're also introduced to Leo, a Makai priest assigned to assist Koga during his assignment to the Makai Senate, a position that shows their faith in Koga's skills as a Makai Knight. Leo himself has his share of secrets, but proves to be a capable ally in the battle against the horrors, having created a number of Mado tools utilized by others in Makai society. With such a large cast, most from past GARO entries, it does a good job of showing how far Koga has come from the cold loner he was at the start of the first season, to a man who's learned that there's strength and trust in others. Which brings us to the mysterious villain, the masked man trying to eliminate the Makai Knights. His skill as a warrior is on par with even GARO, the strongest of the Makai Knights as previously mentioned. He mentions how despite the Knights existing, the threat of horrors will never truly go away, as all horrors are merely sealed away and returned to the Makai, and how the Knights' struggle is thus pointless. As it stands, he plans to remove the Knights from power and return the Makai priests to the role of protectors they once held. Whether he is in the right or not remains to be seen, however. Whereas the first season showed the dark side of humanity, GARO Makai Senki shines a more hopeful light on the world of GARO, acting as an ideal complement to the original series. Yes, it was well worth the wait, and I strongly recommend giving this show a watch, especially since you can get it on Blu-ray here in the US. And until next time, I'm ProtoMet. See ya!